Hi, this is Wendy Shuttleworth. Today I'm talking to you about how to deal assertively with criticism. I'm going to give you 4 main techniques. Each technique is slightly different and has different uses, best time to use it, and I will give you an example. So the first one is bounce back. This is when, somebody criticizes you, bounce back. This is when you acknowledge that they might be right, you might be wrong. There may be some truth in it that you messed up without agreeing completely. Alright, so here what you say is, you might be right. What do you suggest? It may seem that way. Okay, this is useful to sidestep an unimportant issue. In other words, if it actually doesn't matter. Deal with criticism which is not important to change. In other words, you don't have to know the specifics because it's probably not going to occur again. Bouncing back. Next technique is yes, I did it. Here's when yes, you did it. Agreement completely. You did it. The criticism is true, and apologize for the situation. It is not important to not be submissive here. You need to be careful you don't go hostile or doormat submissive, but you need to stay assertive, admit that you did something wrong, and how can you learn from it and go forward with this. You forgot to order the file I needed, the person might say. So you say, I'm sorry, I did forget. I will phone and order them right now. Doesn't have to become a whole big thing. Okay? This is useful when to diffuse anger. So in other words, when the situation occurs, you use this technique to make sure that it doesn't carry on the fight forever and ever. Accept your own lack of perfection. We're not perfect. Sometimes we just got to admit it and move forward. It increases your self-esteem because you're showing openness and you acknowledging it. Put the situation right because you're finding out what you actually need to do to fix it and prevent it in the future. Okay, that is yes, I did it. The next technique is tell me more. Here is where you trying to find out more information, what this criticism about. Why is the person saying this? So you might ask questions to try and find the underlying issue, because sometimes people criticize when they're actually cross with something else. So you're drawing the person out. You're saying, tell me more, tell me more. For example, if someone says, this is sloppy work, you might say, what exactly is unacceptable about the work, so that you can try and find out more. This is good because then you get a common understanding of what is going on. You then can decide if the criticism is real or not because you've got a better understanding of what is actually happening. It's not agreeing completely, so you're not agreeing and saying it's all my fault. You're finding out more information. Establish the true issue, because this is often there's something else. This is digging to find out what actually is problem, and you can hopefully deal with the problem and overcome the problem. Next one, last one, is self-expression. This is me or self-disclosure. Here's where the other person, you tell them what you think and feel. So for example, someone might say, you always miss your deadlines. So you might say, I find it rather surprising that you think I miss my deadlines, as I go to a great deal of trouble to ensure that I do meet them. So self-expression, you're giving your side. You're disagreeing with the criticism, if appropriate, clarify possible misconceptions, and increase assertion. So just a summary of the different techniques and how you can use them. If you totally agree with somebody, you did it. Use yes, I did it skill. It diffuses the anger, takes the wind out of their sail, and you move on. If you partially agree with them, and it doesn't matter, it's not an important issue, it's not a life or death issue, it's not a big deal, use the bouncing back skill. If you need more information, use the tell me more skill. Dig, I dig, tell me more, draw them out, tell me more. And if you totally disagree with it, use the tell me more to find out what the actual underneath issue is, and then use the self-expression. I hope you found these videos useful. If you'd like more, please go to soulrelationshiprescue.com, and I hope to meet you one day. Thank you.